Okay, my name is John McCoskey. I'm a resident here at Eastlawn Arms Apartments. I reside in building 2B. This is so that you can see that this is the building with the number on it 2B. I'm backing up right now. If you look across, that light flashing is 8th Street and Crestview and Nahan, because Nahan and Crestview are both the same street. This way you know that this is Eastlawn Arms Apartments and this is building 2B. There's the parking lot. Alright, I'm doing this as a walkthrough of the apartment so that it can be seen that there are certain issues that do not get taken care of no matter how many times we call maintenance. Just so you know, we are now walked into the building. Alright, just so you know that this is us. There we are. It is our family name along with the business that I am in the process of actually starting up. It is registered with the state of Indiana, and it does have this address, 2B-4, which is apartment 4, which is the door you're looking at. For the mailing address, the mailing address only. It is not used as a business. It's just a mailing address to be able to maintain communication. We're now going to the apartment, and one of our main issues here is, here's the foyer. It's actually used kind of as an office. And here's our living room. We usually keep our laundry stuff right here, quickly available, and a little pull cart. There's a little exercise thing. And this little black matted area is actually something that will be taken up quickly and easily and cleaned under. And that's mainly the play area for our grandchildren when they come over. That's my mother over there. Her remains from cremation. Everything's on file. And this is our living room. This is where my wife does most of her schoolwork and everything. As you can see, this is how we keep the apartment. Pretty much sparse. We keep it wide open because my wife needs to be able to get around in the apartment. A couple of simple things I'll look at as we go through the apartment is the kitchen. We take and we spray constantly. We buy about 4 cans every 3 weeks to a month of this bug spray to kill these bugs. We clean them up, but they're all over the place again. They're all over the place again. Like now. We'll clean that up here in a little bit. We're just leaving that there now for the videos to be seen. And that is one of the most important things. There's our kitchen area. There's our stove. One of our more important things. You'll see this stuff leaking back there. We can say that's oil and grease, but there's no stove or oil over here, so we can't say that's oil and grease. We have a very major issue. Constantly had a leak. Leak's been coming in since we moved in February. We moved in. We finally were given the keys on February the 12th. The landlord refused to relinquish the keys to us so that we could actually establish occupancy. Although everything had been taken care of prior to February, and he still charges for the whole month of February. I think there's something wrong with that. I have to look further into that issue because we should have a prorate of $333.93 that should either been refunded to us or credited back to towards our rent, such in case we have a situation like this, talking about paying rent. We would have that already there as a buffer to help hold things back a bit should something ever happen. Now, as a direct result of him threatening to do an emergency eviction, the law says in Indiana Code 323165 states that he has to specify an allegation of damage to or creating waste to the unit, or threatening to create significant waste, or waste specifically to the unit. We have done neither of those things. In case he tries to use this as an issue, this has been as it has been ever since we moved in. except for the PVC piping in the very back inside the wall. You'll see the, I'll get closer to it. You'll see where there's been foam sprayed in the area there to seal stuff up and cover it up and make quick makeshift repairs just to make things look good. But that drywall and that piece of wood underneath it actually was covering that area up that is now exposed and open. Maintenance had to come in and open that area up so that the plumber could get back there, check things out, and see where the leaks were, where they thought they were coming from, which is not where they were ever coming from. Maintenance has never put this back. I've even talked to maintenance 3 different times, always on the phone, and they said they would, but they haven't. That's been like it ever since, I'd have to say probably July. But of course the issue's been going on ever since February. We moved in and it wasn't 1 week. I woke up, and of course the weather in February back then, although it was cold, it was we had a lot of rainy days. Well, I thought it was raining because the bed is right by the window. I woke up, went to the bathroom that next morning, and found that we were completely flooded. We'll get to that part in more detail. And we've been arguing with them about this to get this fixed and repaired, and there's always been different issues. There's even been times when they've said that plumbing has come in and done stuff. Plumbing's never been here because either I or my wife has been here. The next thing, this is more recent, this is about a week ago, and just for the record I should have said this, it is October the 29th, 2019. This was done about a week ago. They cut that open, and I'll get closer so y'all can see it. Cut that, but they've not repaired it. It's not damage from us, that is maintenance. Here is the rest of our kitchen. This is our primary table where we prepare or store our coffee and paper towels and bread and coffee maker, make our coffee. And there's our microwave, brand new microwave, bought it in March of this year. And it periodically runs because it is infested with cockroaches back in the wiring. And one of the things we do is we keep one of these under here to catch them. We keep one of those things under there to catch them, because if we don't, they'll overrun our table. We change that out about every month, and it's covered in roaches, babies, egg sacs, so on and so forth. That's not the real issue. The issue is we're going to make a record of the fact that we have not done any damage to this apartment, or as in the state it's in now. Going back into the main entry in the office, and what I call the den office, because it's out here in the open with the living room. This is our refrigerator. It's not causing any problems. We brought it in ourselves, so we have extra room because we usually do most of our shopping at Sam's Club. We buy in bulk. All right. So with that, and without any further ado, we'll start going back down the hallway. Okay, there's the living room coming back down the hallway. I'm going to turn the light on so we can see better. Backing up. Kitchen, just make sure you got a good reference. is our coat closet. Here's our primary coat closet. We keep some items here to grab quickly when we're going grocery shopping for things that will be frozen or need to stay cold. There is the up part of it. You can see down on it. As you see, it stays pretty decent because, well, there's generally never much of anything there in there for roaches that live on or eat. That's it. We got 2 sets of brooms. One from our office. There's one of our buddies right there hanging out. They like to hide in the doors while the door jams. We're currently, that can you see is currently empty. All right, so backing back up. Walking down the hallway. To my right, that door is the hall closet. To the left, the archway is to the kitchen. Again, you'll see 2 doors open here and one in front of us. The one in front of us is the end of the hallway, and it is another closet. I'll open in a minute. But this here generally is my study, But this is where I actually do my sewing and stuff when I'm doing alterations and repairs. I usually buy my clothes and fix them. Again, you can see there's no damage here. Keep old court records, so we keep everything pretty neat. We got stuff here. There's your top of your closet. So there's no damage we've done to anything. We keep a lot of our boxes because whenever we do move, we want to be able to pack a lot of our stuff up without damaging it. I'm just sliding this around so you can see behind this door. So you can see there's another way you can say, oh, well, they didn't show you this part of it. Why did they do that? So we just alleviate any questions. All right, so coming back out. Back here again. There's the room we just went in. There's the end of the closet hallway. Here's our bathroom. I'm going to go and turn the light on before I go in here. Fix this for my wife in her wheelchair. Usually kind of messes it up on accident. Okay, so backing up. I'm going to look down at the carpet here for a minute. And what we're looking at, you see these little markings. That is actually from mildewed carpet that has been flooded constantly ever since they have put this new carpet down and we have moved in. Again, this is when I say that I woke up and as you can see, there's no damages in the top area. Okay, not any damage from us. There's no kind of intentional damage anyway. And we'll talk about that in a second. That piece of wood over there in the corner. All right. So, back in here. My wife has already swept this once today, but you can see where more dead roaches are popping back up again because we constantly keep poisoning the place. Sometimes whenever that's what's messing with us physically. This is the closet where we're having our biggest current problem right now. Had to pull that little bit of carpet up, which was not down in any kind of, was not really attached to the floor. It was just a piece cut out to fit and just laid there. And there was nothing under it. You know, like that cushion foam where they put underneath before they put the carpet down. And all the little black things you see is all the dead roaches there that we've done killed today. Here's the place here. Give you all a view. And then you can see, there's another roach right there moving along. There's his cousin dead. There's one hiding in the jam. They're just all over the place. We just constantly just keep fighting them. But anyway, the big problem is for some reason, somehow, and it doesn't look like it's well, yeah, you can see it right here. Right here you can see how the paint is warbled. And what that means is if you can get really see it, warped. That is actually water coming down through there. Somehow there is some kind of a leak coming from above, and it's plumbing somewhere, running down this wall, fills this thing up. It just stinks so bad. And then that stuff, for some reason, it doesn't flood this area. It doesn't flood this area, but it seeps out underneath here. And then it just fills all this area up, and it'll come all the way out to here. And this is a constant reoccurring issue. Back to the bathroom, and that board goes there. Well, there are certain things we don't do in the apartment. The main reason for that is we do not want to provide any possible opportunity in the event that we wind up with a malicious landlord or maintenance employees that are more than willing to lie and try to make the tenant seem like the bad guy. So we don't touch anything that they really need to do, and I'll give you a good example of that in a minute. Here is where the ceiling is also wanting to cave in, and they've tried to do some work here and just patch it up instead of actually fix it. And has various points of water damage. I told them that is ready to fall out. Just to give you kind of an idea, I don't want to agitate it too much. You can see right here, okay, Or you can see this one here too. It's more than evident. If you look right there real good, you'll see that is blowing out and wanting to come down. Eventually it's going to separate from enough of the moisture. This actually has two pieces of wood, I think, that go up there. Why they have a piece there and another piece here, I have no idea, but it's part of their job. We were told that the apartment was handicap accessible for wheelchairs, and for my wife to even be able to use a bathroom, we had to have them remove the bathroom door. We had them remove it, not us. Maintenance had clarified that it was going to be okay with the landlord. Maintenance wanted us to do it, and I told them that we cannot do that. That is a very serious thing that can be construed as tearing up the apartment, and we do not want to ever open that door up. No pun intended. Alright, so looking at our bedroom area, you have to excuse it. There's where we keep our dirty clothes. There's her clean clothes. The bags are actually clothes prepared to go to laundry here pretty soon. And this is pretty much where we live. You have to excuse because we have no dressers, no chest of drawers. And the reason for that being is because we are constantly having to mess with these roaches and fight them. So we have these little cheap things that are nothing more than some kind of reinforced cardboard and strong felt-like material or like paper cloth weave underneath it with this cheap vinyl sewed over it to just serve as temporary storages. Because when we move to another place, well, I'll stop right here. When we move to another place, we're going to try and keep everything as minimum as possible when it comes to trucking roaches over to our new apartment. Just for the record, on February the 12th, when we actually acquired the keys, when he actually relinquished the keys to us to occupy the unit, before we ever started bringing anything in from the U-Haul truck, there were roaches already all over the place, and we were shocked. Now we're moving into the walk-in closet in the bedroom. All right, we keep sheets and extra stuff stored up here. There's a lot of her stuff she keeps that she doesn't use a whole lot, or when she's not using throughout the year, it stays in there. That is important paperwork that we need to take and shred. It's a proper way to dispose of that stuff because she does handle taxes from time to time. This is her side of the closet. And just so that you see there's no damage to the walls here, I'll pull it back. Okay. Here's my side. We got an extra wheelchair for her in the event that she ever uses it, but she says it's too high for her because she's a short lady. This is my closet here. I pretty much started moving everything out of here off the bottom area because that bottom area right there floods from the other bathroom as well when that stuff really gets out of hand from whatever's going on upstairs or in one of the bathrooms. Here's where I store my shirts and pants and all that good stuff. Just so that you see there's no damage to the area. There you go. Oops. I'm going to set the phone down for a quick second while I hang this shirt up that I dropped. Okay. Alright, so as you can see, there is no damage here. We have not created any waste of the unit. And this is just empty. These are my bags right there. And now we're going into the half bath. The half bath is pretty much my bathroom because it's too small for her to get the wheelchair in to begin with. And she can't maneuver around when she does get in off her wheelchair. And because she's losing the strength in her legs, it's getting worse and worse. Okay. As you can see, this is as it is. Some old medication bottles. I always strip the labels off of them because I don't like throwing the whole bottle in because I don't want people getting my information and medical stuff and all that stuff. Just giving you a quick look at the corners and everything so you can see we have not done any damage. Now this counter is a makeshift counter that they put together and installed in here. Okay? So anything that's looking bad in here is something that's been that way. Of course, this linoleum all buckled when this also flooded from that bathroom next from our main bathroom. So that linoleum tile is just one big cut piece, and yes, it is buckled. And then here is the bathroom area. We got more new roaches back here on the floor dead. So this is it here. And we're back to the door. And that rail right there is supposed to go to this, but it doesn't fit it. So what they were using it for was a brace to keep this from smacking the wall. Here this is here. I'll have the door shut, and you can see me. You can see that I am actually in here with this, and that I am John McCoskey. All right, tenant, head of household at Eastlawn Arms Apartments, building 2B, apartment 4. I am now walking back out, just so that you can see things as we're leaving. And before we leave, let me get the light back on for a second so there's more better lighting. Now, this is the closet. One last thing I forgot to show. This is the closet, and what we do here is I keep her leather coats back here in storage so they're not up there in the way. And we just use it for a little quick storage area for little things that we use and keep. That is just, we don't use it for anything right now, so I just keep it there. There's our mop we use. There's our storage box for that microwave, which we're going to throw away. We're not going to buy a new one while we're here because we know it's the cockroaches inside of it that are messing with the wiring and everything. So as you can see, there's no waste made of the apartment. The bed, and our bed, we don't even buy a bed. We won't even buy a bed because when we moved in and we saw how many roaches were here, we just decided to rent one. That way when we do move to another place, we don't track the roach. We have less chance of tracking roaches with us. Turning around slowly, there's the bathroom. Again, walking down the hallway, there's the sewing office. It's also my study room too. I'm just still in the process of getting that set up. And there's the kitchen. There's those areas. Oh, I don't think I showed you this area here. Back in the kitchen, this cabinet.